in an age of strife. From the ashes, the tangent grows as kings are crowned, a new beginning flows. Disgusting, tangent kings, a new age, as stories sing. Disgusting, glows and grows, tangent kings reforged in source. Oh, reforged in source. Yeah, yeah. After many years left to die, rediscovered for it to rise. The network finds a gem to forge anew, to shine again. Once the dragon rose, as the slayer froze, all the tangents close. Once the dragon slows, as the slayer pose, tangents reforged in prose. Disgusting, tangent kings, a new age, a story sing. Disgusting, glows and grows, tangent kings reforged in soul. Disgusting, tangent kings, a new age, a story sing. Disgusting, glows and grows, tangent kings reforged in souls. Discussion does now mow, things do now grow, tangents now soar. Disgusting, tangent kings, a new age, a story sing. Disgusting, glows and grows, tangent kings reforged in soul. Disgusting, tangent kings, a new age, a story sing. Disgusting, glows and grows, tangent kings reforged in souls. Yeah, reforged in souls.
The network is alive! I feel the signals! Burning truths connecting the dots! They can't stop the flow!
Yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome.
That was great.
Thank you. I am very glad that you got to see that, and there will be updates to it, of course, because that was just limited. But I'm happy that you liked it. I think the second one with the how do I put it, with the modern shaped bright haired colored women is the peak. It really puts your soul to use. But welcome everyone. We're here. The show is happening. If you read the chat, the show is happening. The channel is under attack. Of course it is, because we dare to speak about stuff that we shouldn't speak. Transformer
That's
building
right,
behind my
Mr. Massey.
building
You
caught
cannot
on
stop
fire.
the Jews.
Exactly. You cannot stop. So Transformer
Okay,
building
Kit.
behind my building caught on fire. There wasn't any electricity. Electricians and fire department came out. Apparently, that's what someone said, but it's not confirmed. Some gypsy ass looking motherfucker threw a cigarette inside. And I was going to go on a warpath because on the roof of that building, there is a pack of little kittens with mama cat that we've been feeding. And if something had happened to them, I would now be out there going all berserk on every one of these people. And they live one corner away. But we're here. They didn't stop us. They praised the Bulgarian electricity company. They actually did it. And by the way, if you want to keep this channel moving, please donate so we can buy Fireball and we can talk about politics, and the channel should not be under attack afterwards. Thank you very much.
I wouldn't say Fireball though. It's going to be like the quartering, I guess.
Well, apparently that's working, right? It used to work for him. The channel was under attack. He drank Fireball and everything was fine.
Yeah,
he was bringing vagine into the network, you know.
Oh boy. I think your cat is
Oh.
trying to tell you something, Helza.
Yes, she's very cuddly and she's very pissed that I'm not praising her as the queen she is.
It's like, I'm gonna headbutt your shoulder for some reason.
Yeah, she does that. She was a triceratops in a previous existence. But welcome everyone. Welcome. And for this show, I want to start with a special celebration because we have a birthday boy here. A bit late, but we're always late. And Galaxy, how are you doing, you birthday amazing boy? And may you have an amazing one.
Yeah. As you know, like you said, it's late because my birthday was actually yesterday, but I'm going to be doing a stream tonight for that. So for a birthday stream, and as you could already guess, because I already mentioned this before last week anyway, but what I'm wearing right here is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be playing Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight over there on Rumble. So if you guys in the chat or even on the panel, if you guys want to come watch, come watch.
Yep, the link is in the chat, folks. Go follow them, and you'll see a lot more links coming out on the show.
Yep.
Moving along, if you are, do you have anything else that you want to tell us?
Maverick. It's a happy 21st birthday.
Oh, wait. Well, yeah, you can now legally drink.
No, that's
Yeah.
Triton. But,
Yes. Triton is 24 or 21.
who
Yeah.
I
To be
haven't
young
heard-
again.
Yeah, I haven't heard back from Triton, so
young.
I'm assuming we're not going to have a show after this one. But
They got him. Your people got him, Digny.
He
good,
drank too much for his birthday. That's what happened.
good. I think everyone on this panel should sacrifice their future for everyone over the age of 65. Okay, every one of you. It is great to be here, ladies and Jesus, Kai, don't glitch like that again. My God, like you were gonna jump at me. But it's great to see everyone. I hope you're all doing well. New week, same old shit, different week.
Yep.
I was in a bad mood today up until I saw a woman complaining about how she isn't a success on Rumble, and then I felt suddenly happier and more grateful.
Oh, it takes so little to make you happy.
No. I'll tell you why my mood suddenly went positive. Because it's so much easier to be a content creator as a woman. Okay? It is so much easier. All I have to do is have a nice pair of tits, invest in a nice pair of tits, and have a 6 out of 10 face, and I can be a great creator. Okay? I can be a well-known great creator. It's much more difficult for a man to do this as someone who was a human being and who was, or is rather now, a cartoon. So I'm feeling good. We've got a lot of good topics for today's show. And if you are a female content creator who thinks life is difficult for you as a content creator, my response is suck it up, buttercup.
Have
Or
you
you can
tried
suck it
having a
off.
dick?
Yeah, try having a dick. Okay, if you can't suck it up, then suck it off, bitch. So on that note, Kai, how have you been?
I've been doing pretty good. Aside from some BS that happened at work and everything, but it doesn't matter. I am going to be officially moving over to doing well, let's just say my hours are going to be changing, and that'll actually allow me some free time, and I can announce that starting, we'll say next Monday, I will officially be able to actually get started on streaming once and for all.
Nice.
Good.
On your on this YouTube channel?
At
On your
Kai
YouTube
Schwarzer
channel.
VT,
Yeah.
over on Rumble, Kick, and on Twitch as well.
Here's the link to the YouTube.
Mhm.
Everybody can follow.
Yeah,
Well, before-
I'll give a little shout out to Saint Hugo who just subscribed as well.
Nice.
Also,
Good on you, Saint
money.
Hugo. Money,
Yes,
yes.
I know.
Money. Money.
Before we talk about, or catch up with Jace, we'll talk about Jace's favorite thing, money. Thank you to Sir James 337 My God, there are 336 other versions of you.
Yes.
Ye boy, it's supposed to be ye bo. If you were there, you'd know. For 569. No, bring that back up again. You got to quote
Why?
these things. You got to be more grateful to your audience. for
Quoted
giving
by
you
the
money.
letter. Quoted by the
Okay.
letter, and we were gonna have a 2-hour show.
And the thank you for your 569 donation. That is very specific, in which you say R E E E E E E E E. That's a lot of E's. Okay. Do you like the E meme? Or maybe it's the no eggs, you don't have any eggs meme. For more on that, check out Melanie Mac's latest stream. On that note,
Have any things?
I just,
and there you have it.
Look, if there are any female creators out there over the age of 40, I'm either going to do the no eggs meme or call you an abortionist. You've had one of the two. There are only a very few female creators under 40 who I will call abortionists because I know they've had abortions, and no matter how smart they are, they've had an abortion. So, Jace, how have you been?
My electric bill is due tomorrow. That's how I've been.
Oh, no.
Is that why my transformer blew out?
Shit, yeah, I wish I could siphon off the electricity from everybody to keep mine on because there's one big problem, which is simply
I don't have that kind of money.
yeah. So
Oh,
we're 2 days we're 2 days into like having to it be so hot that I have to run the AC, and already I've had to close the back door 12 times behind my mother. It's gonna be one of those years.
Oh, no.
Bear in mind that I didn't get a break on the electric bill during the winter because she turned on every space heater in the house. So I'm still paying that balance. That's why I'm stuck, because they keep adding new balances onto the old balance. So it's just going to happen until I'm living like an Amish person at this point. My girlfriend's coming over, so she is not a high maintenance individual when it comes to what we buy and what we eat and stuff. However, with the increased grocery prices, thank you, Digny, and your people, it's starting to almost be as much to just buy poor people food as it is normal fucking food. So, all of this because certain people, certain presidents of ours, I voted for President Trump. I didn't want to get President Laura Loomer, but here we are.
Hey, look, man, I just had a great 3-course meal. I had breakfast, then lots of bacon sandwiches, followed by a nice helping of a Palestinian child. I am very full. Okay.
Look, I had a $2 calzone that was frozen.
I am poor.
It used to be $1.50
for the re. This is
calzone.
for the re, by the way. That's where it's re. It's supposed to be for that.
Oh well.
I
Milk
did not know.
was $4 for the shitty brand milk.
The crazy thing is, though, in my part of the world, it's just as warm as Jace's. But while my humidity level is about 75%, his is over 90%. So, despite having similar temperatures, it's far hotter for him than
It will be
is for me.
150% when my girlfriend gets here in a little while.
Well, I always tell you, Jace, turn that television off. Or turn your mother off, one of those. But on that note, ladies
Just don't
and
turn her
gentlemen,
on.
Well, turning her off means if I had to knock her off the stairs.
Yes,
right?
that's what I meant. Yeah, it's like
On
Minecraft,
Minecraft
then turn it on.
yeah,
on
it's
Minecraft
like
or kick.com.
it's like pulling the cord when someone's on life support. That sort of thing. But now that we've caught up with the panel, we should catch up with the chat. It's great to see our first donator of today, folks. Donations are always welcome, folks. You can do like a Furious Dan dollar donation and just insult me for no reason while you're
That's
conning people
Yeah.
as a finance bro. A dozen eggs is $1.10. Is that a lot? I don't know. I don't buy
That's
eggs.
much cheaper than it is here.
Yeah,
It's
but
like
you know what
€3 for a dozen
Yeah.
eggs.
Yeah, but you know what Americans are like. Everything has to be under $1.
Someone needs to troll Melanie by donating her $1.10 and saying here's for a dozen eggs since you don't have any.
See,
Damn.
forget
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, forget the oranges. What are the oranges for? Just spam egg memes at Melanie
Yes.
Mac. Funny as fuck. But it's great to
But
see
bro-
St.
but
Hugo.
broken.
It's great to see Arcater. It's great to see October Sky. Who else is here? Great to see Maverick. It's great to see
Yeah.
Steven. It's been a while since I've seen a Steven in the chat, so I hope you're doing well. Who else is here? Helzo is here. Who
No,
else?
not-
Byron of Sidious is here. It's great to see Byron. I hope you're doing well. I'm sure there are other people here. Of course, cancel this podcast. Jace. John isn't here because he's too busy turning his kid into the Antichrist. Who else? Sure, I saw other people in here earlier on.
Yeah.
Great to see Lore.
Me and Kai are in
see
there in the
Lore.
chat too. So
Yep.
There it
Galaxy
is. There it
and
is.
Kai and so many other great people. Yeah. But guys,
Yeah,
you have to
basically same here.
you've got to
Fuck.
factor in the fact that Americans are not paid, right? They don't get paid, right? We get paid. So it does have an effect. Jace has to work 3 jobs just to get a living wage, okay? So when eggs are over $1 or when gas is $4 a gallon, that is terrifying because their wages, Americans' wages collectively, are so much lower than their European counterparts. So there's the
Yeah.
context.
God
Mhm.
damn.
So on that note, now that I've given you an economics lesson, let's move on to our first topic.
Well,
yeah, I
can I-
know.
but
Can I
wait.
bring up
Yeah,
something
go ahead,
real
Kai.
quick?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right, so I just want to say, like, today is a very special day here in the U.S. It's a day of remembering.
Mhm.
I saw Jason's account earlier celebrating the remembrance for today, and let's take a look over at the city of Minneapolis for sharing a day of remembrance.
Oh, he went in a whole different direction about Memorial Day.
They were
Oh,
celebrating
boy.
Saint
the
Floyd.
day. Here's the thing about this that makes it absolutely great. Today we remember George Floyd. Let's take a look. It's got
Oh, wait a minute.
it's got 127.4K views, but
Yeah.
only 302 likes with
No.
2.3K comments, and people are roasting the ever loving shit out of them.
Oh, what
Fuck.
did Sammy say? Did you call the then pregnant woman who he held a gun to and ask her if she remembered him?
I'm sorry to be the guy to say this, but who is George Floyd?
Kai, there's one thing that is actually heartbreaking on this George Floyd miss. Helzo, if you'll take a look at my screenshot, and this is why I'm very brokenhearted today. We're remembering $1.89 per gallon gas.
That is heartbreaking.
That is the more heartbreaking
What does
news.
it say? 99 cents for what?
Yeah, that is diesel?
That can't be
Really?
diesel.
99
Surely
cents?
not.
No, it can't be.
You
No,
can't be-
no, it's got to be the other way around. I think
Yeah.
if it's,
Yeah,
I don't
maybe.
think 99 would be diesel. That's just
Guys,
crazy.
You-
No,
99
no.
cents is
Diesel is
cheap.
$1.99. I think that's what that's supposed to say. I don't think they mean like 99
That's
cents.
for a gallon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Look, man,
Dude.
2020 was a great year to be an American, especially if you were a white man. But I will point out, folks, that first of all, I don't know who George Floyd is. Second of all, even if I did, why would I celebrate a black guy? And third of all, George Floyd died when I got paid, so that's a good, yeah, because the 25th is my payday. So May the 25th, yay!
But not today is literally a Memorial Day, and we got literally a actual city in the U.S. more celebrating a drug addict than the veterans that have fallen for our freedoms.
Yeah.
Today was
Yeah,
also
And unfortunately,
golden
Israel
statue.
wants to create more people falling for their freedom instead of ours. With this whole
I think
Iran
we-
thing.
I think
Yep.
we should all collectively take a knee in solidarity with George Floyd and ensure that our nation can breathe for another year. Okay, folks?
You
So-
know what? The fucked up thing is that statue, bronze statue of George Floyd that they created, was around $200,000.
My favorite George Floyd story is when they made a mural to him and God struck it with a bolt of lightning.
Yep. That's because my people don't like deifying blacks. So
I was gonna say that there is another celebration today. It was the official release of Star Wars, the original.
Good.
And also,
I thought you were gonna take that moment to say another celebration day, my birthday, even though it was yesterday, and throw another ad. Make sure you guys are following Galaxy Red, by the way.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do the idea of this show for this episode. It's just like, but yeah, it was A New Hope came out on May 25th when it first came out, and so did Return of the Jedi. So they're both like having technically birthdays today. So
and now many years later, we go from A New Hope to No Hope.
Yep.
Yep.
That's what happens when you take the knee on a black guy. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, you go from A New Hope to no hope at all.
What the?
I believe your people call that the red heifer.
Yes,
Oh my god, that was That's all I would say. Gift.
That's what I think.
Oh my god!
I mean, Jesus is a good man. He is the greatest man. I mean, look. Honestly, I would worship a god who could turn black people white.
Yep. I know you
and I don't think it's controversial to say that. I have a dream that every black person I know would turn white by the grace of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Their credit score would go up.
Yep.
Yes. As
There's
would
going to
property
be refunds.
prices. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about my favorite topic, Homelander.
Well, I was about to say, speaking of God.
Yes. Yes, but this one is not going to eat shit for you. Our first topic, I'll write that down for 22 minutes and 40 seconds. I'll be the one to say it, guys. Helzo really needs money to feed pussy. So give him some money.
Pussy
and
needs
he'll
money.
and he'll need to
Relatable.
feed pussy with that. Yes, Chase. Everyone needs money. Right? The only
Pussy
people
needs
who
money,
don't
we need money for pussy.
The only people who don't need money are over the age of 65.
They need cars for kids. 1877 cars for kids.
Well, they don't have a lot of them don't have an island anymore. So yeah. They do.
Do you know who needs an island? Angry Joe. Do you imagine Angry Joe's island? It'd be a gaming island, wouldn't it? Okay. Now, first of all, look.
This is like if Carl Benjamin had autism.
Okay. First of all, it's not my place to condemn one of the most prominent pop culture creators in the zeitgeist, but fire whoever made your thumbnail. It's all over the place, man. Look, it's not my place, right? People say my thumbnails are derivative, okay? But you've got, of course, Angry Joe being angry. You've got The Boys, the final season of The Boys completely flopping. I mean, everything on that thumbnail is correct, but it just feels all jumbled.
I think he makes it himself.
That looks like a really bad ad. Like the same person who put that together is the person who put horny milfs in your area ads together in like the 90s on the internet.
Let's see if I can make this bigger. There you go.
That's what she said.
There we go. Right. And it's nice to see Angry Joe being his namesake, but it is very, very ironic that a man who is riddled with TDS is complaining about a show whose showrunner is completely riddled with TDS. This was a TDS ending. This was the destruction of Homelander was the fantasy of Eric Kripke humiliating a Trump figure being, I'll suck your dick, or I'll eat your shit, or please let me live, as a Trump allegory. And I'm thinking to myself, you people have lost the plot.
But your mentor reacted to this Like Optimus Prime died in 1986 when he saw the Homelander death. See.
Well, the weird thing is that, and I talked about this pre-show. I grew up with Angry Joe before YouTube. I grew up with that guy with the glasses, with the Nostalgia Critic and all of them, like
The angry
when they were
video
making their
game
shows.
nerd.
The angry
Yeah.
video gamer, and that one Jewish warrior person that we all know what happened to him.
Yeah.
No, I
the
don't.
thing,
You don't
Bang
want to
Bang.
know right now.
He Kurt Cobained.
Oh,
Oh,
damn.
that's not the only thing he did. apparently.
Well, yeah, it's not the only thing he did, but he ended up like
Yes, that's how he
Kurt
died.
Cobain
But
himself.
that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. What died?
When you say Kurt Cobain, you mean he Courtney loved Kurt Cobain.
Yeah,
Oh,
basically
no.
painted the walls. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is that Angry Joe is continues to be a very interesting person to me, because on one hand he's a complete clown when he goes into political talk. First of all, I can respect someone's position being a left or right if you defend it, but he's absolutely nonsensical. He doesn't make sense when he's defending his position. But on the other hand, when he talks about games and pop culture and stuff like that, especially with games, he sticks to the game. He doesn't usually, or at least from what I've seen, I haven't watched him in a while, by the way, but he doesn't tend to bring politics into this. He's not like these video game reviewers that this is misogynist. This is something like my guy did a review of Metro back in the day when half of his video was ass and titties, literally ass and titties. So he's not.
Yeah,
one
he
of
made a
those-
whole song about that.
Yep, exactly. Ass and titties, exactly. And I managed to watch a part of this his review and his stream review of the last episode of The Boys. He didn't mention politics once. He was genuinely angry that the show was so dumb and it had such a bad and dumb and nonsensical ending. He didn't touch upon anything that it was like a Trump allegory or anything else, even though Eric Kripke himself has admitted that, and he's like doing this on a political motivation. So it's very weird for me to see when someone who's so active on X talking about politics and stuff not do it when he's reviewing, because it usually mixes up. You mix up those things, and it's very hard to separate those two.
Well, what I find very interesting is the irony of the situation. When Angry Joe focuses on a gaming topic, on a pop culture topic, him and his crew, and he's got a great crew around him, he hits the nail on the head more often than not, which is one of the main reasons why he is and his crew are still prominent creators to this day, right? Usually, when a creator makes a name for themselves in one field, whether it's politics or pop culture or gaming, or there are many topics, right? Many things you can talk about. It's usually best if they stay in their lane, because if they venture into topics that they're unfamiliar with or they haven't built an audience from, that's when the danger starts. And I personally think with Angry Joe, the reason he goes nuts and has this Trump derangement syndrome is because he's got skin in the game, right? When he hears a politician being like, we're going to deport all these people, and you've got family members of questionable legal status, you got skin in the game, and that, freaks you out, drives you nuts. Now, not all of those folks have that mindset. Some are just Karens who like reeing to the wind. But in Angry Joe's case, he has got a personal stake in his Trump derangement syndrome, which is why
Are we sure about that, though? I'm not
of course
sure.
we're sure about that, right? I mean, when I look at certain topics, I mean, YouTube even recommended this to me, right? Showcasing Angry Joe's TDS and his family's questionable legal status. We covered this a few months back when we were going through. You remember Helzo with the AI, YouTube's AI system recommending topics and thumbnails and things. Once a thing that came up is the Angry Joe topic when he went nuts at JD Vance over, denying people their legal status. Why did he go nuts? because he lives right on the border and his family members have questionable legal status. So that explains the irony of the situation, where he can condemn another man's TDS and Eric Kripke trying to turn Homelander into a Trump allegory and completely lying to the audience of The Boys for the finale. I mean, look at the posters. Look at Homelander just flying above the sky, watching the world burn. Didn't happen.
It's a snake eating its own tail, or shit eating its own shit. And it's a shame because, I think that not just Kripke, not just Angry Joe, but, the whole of society has sort of doubled down and tripled down on this whole TDS thing. And here's the thing, right now, as people know, I mean, I'm very critical of President Trump's decisions in Iran, but this sort of rings true. True loyalty means being able to speak openly about what you think is right and what you think is wrong. Now, the difference between us when we disagree with Trump and the TDS crowd is that, our opinions have nuance. This was a screenshot from Suikoden 5, which I've been replaying recently, by the way, and it's a very brilliant game that's vastly underrated. My point is this, is that I don't care if you dislike President Trump as long as you have a nuanced sort of, plausible reason. Because the other guys around me don't like him, so I'm just gonna, scream at the sky. For example, Triton is not a fan of Trump. He's disenchanted with Trump, but he'll give you his reasoning as to how he got there, as opposed to, you don't agree with me, you fucking chud, you bigot, you bigot, you fuck, you fucking smooth, you cultist, and I think the problem is that a lot of that has destroyed all honest conversation in this country because of TDS. Now the other side of that coin, for the most part, cannot have an honest conversation about President Trump's rights and his wrongs, the good and the bad. You need to be able to call balls and strikes. People can't do that anymore because of all of this absurdity. But the worst part is that in our creative space, the people who have that creative culture feel like they have this belief, they have a moral duty to speak on these things as if they're experts because they have the ability to influence the creative space. And so that's why I said, if George R.R. Martin finished his book, it would be a disaster because he's also been infected with the virus. You've seen what happened with Stephen King, who, aside from the weird child orgy and it, for the most part, Stephen King is not a terrible author. All right. But he's gone crazy. All right. Mark Hamill has gone crazy. Like these people, it's just gone. It's just gone. This is why we don't want Stephen Colbert anywhere near Lord of the Rings, because this is a man who has become a political operative. They're like activated. Yep. And the thing is, some of us are just straight up tired of politics. We just want to be entertained. I think we said this Thursday, Homelander is an expert of hand-to-hand combat, which means even with no superpowers, Homeland could take an average person and beat the shit out of him.
Yep.
But that's not what we got. We should have had like this epic fight between Homelander and Butcher. Instead, we got this, shit. I'll suck your dick. And I'm just waiting for someone with Suno and a lot of money, because I've told you all I'm poor, to change that to Stephen Colbert as Homelander and Trump as Butcher. The one good thing I can say about Trump is that Colbert is no longer on TV.
Oh, that's good,
don't forget the meme they threw Colbert in the garbage bin.
Yeah, the one that he literally posted on his official account.
Yes.
We know where they're going, though.
Other people already did it before, and he just grabbed it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying.
We know where these people are going, though, guys, right? Mm-hmm. They're exiting one medium of entertainment and entering another medium of entertainment. Yep. This very platform where we are live, and YouTube will give them all the support necessary as part of their brand tube project, and through sheer force of their will, they will wash people like us away.
I have something to say about that too, and this is going to be the self-fulfilling prophecy, is I want to hear bullshit. Oh, Rumble's political, because what's going to happen is when everybody leaves because of Stephen Colbert, because Stephen Colbert and those types are affiliated with the left, your Kristen Stewart's, who we covered last week, Stephen Colbert, all these people, they are all leftists. So what will happen is, as people gravitate towards alt platforms like Rumble, you know what you're going to hear? Well, I don't want to go there. It's too political. It's not about politics. It's just that, unfortunately, free speech is inherently right-wing, and you will never be able to decouple those two things as long as the left and the institutions that fillet the left, like YouTube, keep allowing that double standard, that differential enforcement, that differential favoritism, unfortunately, yes, it's going to make it look like Rumble is a political platform, even when normal people come over there to make gaming content, to make cooking content, to make fishing content, to make train hobbyist content. Oh no, Rumble's just political. No, it's not political by just choice. It's also political by the force of free speech. Is unfortunately inherently become a politicized, a politicized thing to talk about.
Oh, also, we've gotten to a point, guys, where wanting a level playing field among creators within a single platform is considered a political mindset,
Yes.
right? We want a
Yes.
level playing field. We want, ideally, the cream of the crop to rise to the top. However, that requires, a rule book for what we do. And the great thing about content creation, the great thing about live streaming and even shorts video making is there is no rule book for success. Some people, as I referenced earlier on in today's show, some people, nice looking ladies with big titties, bitch and moan about how they're not doing as well as they think they should, while guys like us try our best to keep our heads above water, and we resonate through the, sorry to not be humble, sorry to be Homelander for a minute, through our sheer force of personality.
The problem with that is that if I wanted to take a shortcut to the top, that's a problem. If you have no integrity whatsoever, you could either use a filter now with AI to turn yourself into a woman, as we've seen AIs progress to that point, or I could just put my girlfriend here in a fucking tank top and fucking play video games off camera and make it look like she's playing the fucking game, and then I would be okay.
Or you can go into a park and just film women on your live stream.
Oh no.
Yeah, and,
no.
and like talk
Oh,
about
boy.
saying how you
Oh,
look or
boy.
whatever.
Jace
Just
is
like
not
ordering-
Turkish. Helzo, he's not Turkish. He would never film women in public.
He can pose as one.
What, are
Oh,
you saying
no.
ordering is Turkish?
No, yes, I am. That's why everyone in Greece hates him.
He's a Turkey. I don't know if he's Turkish.
Oh.
But yeah,
Well, you know what? I'm
but-
sure he's drunk entire bottles of wild turkey before streaming before.
Oh dear.
But yeah, that's just the one thing whenever it comes to like everything that is going on, is the fact that these people literally just take pretty much anything and turn it political. Like I don't know if you've all ever watched him, Caleb Hammer.
I've
Yes.
heard of him.
Yeah, if you remember, like a few weeks ago, he actually did a show with Asmongold, and they were talking about how him trying to reach out to all these other people to like be on his show and everything, to just talk about the stuff that, like he does and everything, and like he'll end up getting like all these right-wing creators and everything, but he never hears anything from left-wing creators because they all get on his case. Is like, oh, you're only just bringing people on your show just to make fun of them for their financial situations. And it's like, so trying to discuss things like people's financial stabilities and everything, trying to help them out, is inherently right-wing behavior.
It's
Mhm.
crazy because politics as a profession, it's supposed to be a profession. It probably shouldn't be. But you look at politics and pop culture, being left wing and being right wing, it's not just one thing. There's the economy, there's society, there's culture, there's nationalism, internationalism, right? And you look at everyone on this platform, if we're talking left wing, right wing, in terms of the economy, probably the most left-wing person on this damn platform, because I've seen what a free market has done to my country, and it created generations of forgotten people because all the industries got ripped out. So
This is why I love, again, and sorry to bring my country into this, but
That's
I'm
all right.
very happy
All right.
to live in a country that's 30 years behind the rest of the world. Because currently at my job, I have 2 colleagues, and we're basically 2 of the best people that I've met in that company. Both of them are dark humored, a little bit racy humor, as Bulgarians do. One of them is French and a female, and they're both based, and they're also progressive, but they're progressive in those things that actually make sense. They're not ultra women should control everything and stuff like that. Men should be put down. They're just truly for things like equality, like just treat people equally. Don't treat someone like shit just because there's something else without even knowing. The things that they're currently very much bloated by the left in America, especially like equal rights, like fucking equal rights, anti-racism and stuff like that used to make sense. It used to be, don't hate on someone just because he's not your skin color. Get to know the person. That's something that makes sense. But it's so bloated, so fucking bloated that the left have taken it and have made it absolutely unsensical. And it's like if you don't have a what was it in Hollywood, like 50 or 75% ratio quota for movies and for lead movie directors and actors, then you are racist, then you're like every East, then you're a chud, then you're homophobic and stuff like that. The worst thing that can happen to such a discourse is when one side takes it and absolutely elevates it to absurdity, which is what the left are doing all the time.
Well, now it's both sides that are doing that, because you can't criticize the Trump war without you say, oh well, I don't like Israel's involvement in our political system. What do you got against the Jews? Like I'm not running around here with a fumigator going into synagogues or anything, but I have a problem with a country that is involved in our political process. It's the same way. Yeah. Look, I don't like members of the CCP. Doesn't mean that I'm beating up the Chinese food guy. In fact, that guy's pretty awesome.
It reminds me of something, ironically enough, from The Boys, in which it was just after Stormfront died or was killed, one of those, and Homelander has to try and save this poor girl from jumping. Her name was Chelsea. And how he's like, come on, come off the ledge. And then she says, well, I'm Jewish. And then because Stormfront recently died, right? And Stormfront, she's a Jew. She didn't like Jews. Nazi. It's crazy. Yeah, and her name is Aya Cash. Yep. Stop naming your people off the money. It's offensive. To me, it's offensive. But ultimately, Homelander gets it into his head that you're the problem, jump, and she ends up jumping. Yeah. So
you know what the worst thing is, though, is that the destruction of Homelander was the creation of the fact that, and this is one of the things they need to get out of the cultural space, is, well, people on the right are enjoying that character, so I have to destroy that character, because your idea should be that character appeals to everyone watching the show, regardless of where their personal political and religious beliefs are. And they said, no, too many people like Homelander, so I'm going to ruin it. Which, by the way, is them telling on themselves for everything that they've ever changed in the space before now. Video games. That's not, it's not about representation. It's not about inclusion. It's not about equality. It's not about tolerance. It's about the wrong people like those things, so I want to ruin those things so that they can enjoy themselves because I'm spiteful. That's them admitting it when they change a character.
The problem with that is the fact that they tried to do everything that they could to ruin Homelander and everything by literally making him the only character that anybody actually enjoyed in the show, and made every other character completely insufferable and annoying.
Well, you know what happened, Kai, is once again, our side of the cultural aisle has taken something that they tried to do to own us and taking ownership of it, because now you have this running meme where they're taking the Homelander death lines and inserting them into every single movie in the culture, mocking the fact that they did it. So like Fight Club, I think I saw Terminator. I've seen like a bunch of them where they're just adding the S or D and E or S lines like in everything. I think it was like the first rule of Fight Club is you have to suck dick. The second rule is you have to eat shit. Like,
well,
the whole thing.
No, we saved that for the Friday show. But in all seriousness, ladies and gentlemen, it just goes to show that Homelander could have easily been this generation's Superman. Easily. To highlight the cynicism of the age, obviously. But I believe it could have gotten into a point with The Boys as a show that Homelander could have easily won, and he and the show that comes after it would be the Homelander regime that is ultimately brought down. I don't like prequels. I don't like going back.
They're already
right?
getting mad. They're already getting mad because there's a blonde with big boobs. And they're like, oh, she's going to be hella racist, ain't she? Like, they're flipping out over that.
She is gorgeous, and my worry is she'll pull an Erin Moriarty and bog herself in the middle of the show. That's my worry, right? Because that's exactly what Erin did. Might as well be a completely different character. I think the danger is, because we all know this, in any institution of power, there are these rules, these secret rules, like a secret society. And, you know, if you want to get ahead in this business, you're going to have to do egregious things. One example is bogging, where you just turn yourself into a caricature. But you know, one person who hasn't bogged themselves to be a caricature, Candace Owens, because she's gone nuts. Do you know why she's gone nuts, folks? That's a great segue, isn't it? You know why? Now, a few months back, I think it was at least a month ago, but let's say 6 weeks. 6 weeks ago, Candace Owens and Tim Pool had a bit of a back and forth, right? Because Candace was like, your brother shot you. It wasn't you. Oh, no. That's terrible. That's terrible. Stop it. Candace is black, not white. It's wrong racial type you're showcasing. But this was, when was this? Yeah, it was about 6 weeks ago. And apparently Tim was accusing Candace of being schizophrenic, you know, about seeing things and hearing things and seeing numbers everywhere, folks. And this is courtesy of Dom, who's a black guy. See, look, folks, we're not racist. We source black people. Even if they don't want to be on the show, we find a way.
Outsource black people.
Yeah, one of those. But when I saw this, right, when I originally saw this, I thought to myself, Tim, please don't defend Laura Loomer over Candace Owens. Please don't defend Jigsaw over the monkey. Just don't. Please. But it seems Tim Pool might have been onto something, because something also recently happened, guys. Apparently, Candace Owens recently collaborated with the one, the only, Hunter Biden.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I know, Galaxy. Just like a black woman should be. Right?
No, I just knew it was coming because I heard about it.
Well, I didn't see this coming. Did Candace's husband see this coming? Do you know the consequences of
I don't
collaborating
think they see
with
anything coming.
Guys, there are consequences in collaborating with a guy like Hunter Biden. Okay? You know.
Oh, my God.
You think she got a contact high?
Maybe. You know that when I say it's too dangerous to work with someone, they're too dangerous to work with. Okay. Oh, the dirty bastard. Dirty. No. No. Don't be like that.
Dipping in some chocolate.
Right. Oh my God. Special cameo appearance from Candace Owens. Hello, Candace. How you doing?
Hello, Candace.
Right. Now let's go back. Now let's go back to Soldier Boy Digny now. Courtesy of Cinema Shogun, which is a very interesting name for a creator. Quote, whoa, blush face emoji. Candace Owens says she will, I don't think she directly said that, but we'll find out when we play the clip. She will shoot Tim Pool and claw his eyeballs out. Oh, wow. Black woman.
Completely nice.
I think that's a bit sensationalist, but you know how the internet is. Candace and Hunter Biden, just completely out of the blue, spent a portion of their interview playing victim together. So they were doing crack together, live. I hope so. Hunter kissed Candace's ass, really? The entire time.
Figuratively or literally?
I don't know.
Both.
Maybe both.
And criticized the people giving her pushback. I guess Hunter missed the part where Candace has been stalking Erica Kirk's every move for months, doxing her whereabouts, ordering her fans to follow and harass Erica. My good man, Hunter is the bad person, not Candace. Candace is a brave,
I think
beautiful
they're-
black woman,
I'll say they're both bad, but
right? Racist. Galaxy came out as racist, but no. And let's
Thank you
not
for being
forget-
here on the last show.
And let's not forget
What is
Candace.
that thing in the background? It looks like ET with a wig. Does
That's
anyone
a
else
So-
see that?
That's a Sonichu. That's a Sonichu ET. I think.
oh
That's
my
the
God,
dancing
Sonny
piece
Chew,
of
no.
letters.
No, that's why Candace is cursed.
That's Laura Luma stuffed. And let's not forget Candace was even trying to play the blooper. And let's not forget Candace was even trying to obtain the floor plans for where Erica lives. Candace is the biggest hypocrite. Oh, look, it's Tim Pool.
Hello, Tim.
You know, a strange thing about Tim Pool is that he hasn't aged.
He's getting more Asian as he gets older. Like the Asian side is overtaking the white side of him.
I think that's what
Yes.
happens when you have sex with Lauren Chen, though. Let's see.
boy.
Right, volume up.
Sexually transmitted Asian.
Oh, before we start, we love black women and drug addicts.
And like similar to you, is it like before I sat down?
I already don't want to listen to the rest of this.
Why is he dressed like Dexter's father?
I don't know what Dexter
He
is.
speaks like he's on day 3 of abstinence.
Oh dear. Oh no. Okay, 30-second rule, folks. Let's go to 36.
I heard where you live, what the level of security that you have or didn't have, and what your perimeter of your property is like. How the hell do I know that? And how is that even remotely safe? Because you have people who now you basically spoke your truth and they decided that you cannot exist. And so therefore, I don't know what's going to happen, but for some reason, I think it's appropriate for me to say,
Okay, first
Why-
of all, Galaxy, great point. Your truth. There is only the truth.
Yep.
Second point, didn't you fuck your younger cousin or something on
His
camera?
niece.
Niece? I don't fucking know. And neither does he. Because he's going to prison along with Candace. They're going to share
I
a
mean,
bunk together.
He sounds like he hasn't gotten the dose in at least a week. Or there's a gun pointed at him in Minecraft.
Oh boy.
Laura Loomer is stuffed in the background, so that would explain why he's.
You know
being
what?
so
You know
mad.
what's sad? It's the contrast between the Austrian painter and the American painter.
Yes, and
we
for
do
some
know that-
reason, Russian stuff. So why aren't we calling Candace a Russian agent for having Russian stuff?
Oh, they'll do that eventually, I'm sure.
Right. Got Laura Luma stuffed here. You've got Russian stuff here. You've got a drug addict here. And you've got the biggest black cock Candace has had here.
To be fair, Candace is black. It's not the first time she's had a drug addict in her house. The first time was Thanksgiving.
No, the first time was her. But quite. Oh yes, you don't forget his dead brother's wife as well.
Oh yeah, that's true.
The only person Hunter Biden hasn't fucked over or fucked is Candace Owens. Well, maybe now
That we
he
know
has.
of.
That we know of. Okay, but let's 30 seconds it again, and then we can get Galaxy and Kai's perspective.
tell you what Candace's address is,
Mhm.
who lives there, and the level of security
Yeah,
she
Tim
has.
Pool
What the
doing that was one of the most.
Oh,
It was
excuse
so
me.
obvious
By the
what
way,
he was doing.
my dad said to me, "Is I have to stop saying the F word."
But it was no, it was like seriously. That
yeah.
to me was like it's a declaration of war. Like they know I homeschool my kids. They know, and he's describing the security apparatus,
Yeah.
and he's doing it in this rant, trying to be impassioned about the fact that I don't support Israel or I don't support
What
whatever
is
his whatever his
Yeah.
motivation was. There was zero reason that you would be describing.
Okay, Galaxy, Kai, take it away. What do you guys think?
She is just everything that has been spouting out of her mouth here for the longest time just shows like how much of an insufferable
Go on,
piece
you
of
say
shit.
it. We're on Rumble.
No, we're not.
Just a piece of shit that she's being, especially ever since the everything that did happen with Charlie Kirk and her just constantly going after Erica the way that she has been. It just shows that everything that it makes it seem like everything that she talked about before in the past, trying to go up against like one opposition that she was, shows that she's literally in the same boat, literally the exact same person that she claimed that she was fighting against. I cannot stand this woman.
Kai, the funniest thing is that if Helzo's electricity had gone off and this had been a Rumble show hosted by me, I knew exactly what you were going to describe Candace during that statement. And it would have been very, very funny. How about you, Galaxy?
She's a see you next Tuesday. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say.
First
Also,
all,
I don't. Also, obviously, if I Hunter Biden, he's just a piece of shit. So, who cares?
Very interesting thing Hunter said, right, in that 30 seconds we just played, is that he still takes advice from his father, who is dementia-ridden and has cancer.
Yeah, I don't think he's.
What better way to get your advice from?
Well, I think he's lying anyway. He's not getting his advice from his father.
Don't swear, Hunter. I want to be president again. The woman took the job.
Look, I'm sure they still partake.
Who are you again? That's probably
I'm sure they still partake of crack together.
That's what dementia does.
And kissing little girls on the forehead.
If it don't crack, it a Democrat. Okay, folks. Simple as that. Let's play.
You ever think they do an Eiffel Tower with Ashley Biden at the family reunions?
Yes, because incest is a national pastime for Americans.
I mean, the perimeter of my house, outside of wanting someone to get harmed.
Yeah.
And like, first of all, like, I'm not like Tucker Carlson, and I say this to people all the time. That's why I get so worried, because when Tucker gets accosted in public, he just has this like total happy warrior demeanor. I will claw someone's eyes out for my kids. Like, I am not the property to try. We will shoot you. Like, I will shoot you and I will kill you and I will happily go to prison before you have one opportunity to even make me. I'm not even going to think about whether you're going to hurt my kids.
You sound exactly like
that's
Candace reinforcing that she is
me.
black.
Yes, yeah. I mean, the statement, yes, I know you're nothing like Tucker Carlson. You're a black woman. Okay? I don't think the discourse in the United States is that bad that you have to point out that, no, I'm not like Tucker. I'm not a happy-go-lucky person. I'm a black woman with a gun.
Got her nails did.
The difference too is that I don't think Tucker has been going around like saying all these conspiracy theories about fucking Erica Kirk and all that stuff, and trying to get people to go after her and all that stuff. So this is different.
Well, the only thing these people have in common, Galaxy, is that Trump denounced everyone who used to be on his side. So all of a sudden, like a lot of very stupid people are lumping Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, Nick Fuentes, Alex Jones, Marjorie Taylor Greene, all in the same basket. And the only thing that Trump did was denounce them and say they're not MAGA anymore for the crime of, let me check my notes, disagreeing with him. Now, he did it this weekend. He did something that a lot of people on the other side of the right, the neocons, didn't agree with. And I didn't see him say that Lindsey Graham and Mark Levin and Randy Fine were all excommunicated from MAGA for disagreeing with him. That's the difference.
Oh, Randy Fine. It's like if Triple P was a Jewish politician. That's Randy Fine. Okay, folks. He'll wiggle his triangle about while he's bombing Palestinian children. Okay, folks. Right. Also, interesting question. Candace is saying this. You know, she doesn't have the same kind of security as, say, Tucker Carlson. Okay. Is she doing this interview in her house where her kids are at?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm the last person to use guilt by association, because a lot of people have been made guilty because of their association to me. However, I'm not Hunter Biden, right? I've never fucked my niece. I've never taken crack, and I've never done an interview with a black woman.
In Candace's defense, playing devil's advocate here, they don't touch black people.
Oh, that's good. I mean, that's true.
So even they don't want black people.
Well, let's face facts, right? none of the Epsteinian victims were brown. None of them. They have
My
a
point.
particular. They have a particular type. Okay.
Oh, I had a comment for that, but yeah, we're not
Yeah.
on Rumble.
Galaxy, Kai, please. Anything to add?
Nothing else. Just like I said, pretty much it's just her going on doing this whole victim mentality. Of course, going on playing victim and everything, which is what was it? Oh yeah, it's a basic tool that people over on the left constantly do all the damn time.
Guys, I have a confession to make. I know where 99% of Candace's talent comes from.
Is it the same as Kamala Harris?
Oh,
yes.
Is that a picture of George Floyd in the background?
No,
No, that is a picture of Barack Obama. Close.
No, I
And
don't
they
think
all
it's
look
either
alike.
one. Man, it's funny. It could be.
I've said it over and over on my podcast. I will smile in my mugshot, okay? Because I did the right thing and I have no qualms about that. So when he did that, I was like, okay, this little beanie boy, okay, little beanie boy, I see exactly what you're doing. The whole world sees what you're doing, and you are doing something because you want my children to get harmed. And then if something happens to them, you're going to go, well, I don't know how that happened, as I was describing the perimeter of her home and talking about what her security is, which was inaccurate.
Candace, but that's like, what are we even talking?
You're not a good speaker, Hunter. You're not your father.
Dignity, there's a word that you and your mentor both like to use that describes Candace probably better than any other word. And I'm not talking about the N-word. Mercenary. Because if you think about Candace Owens, she was a Democrat who pivoted over to the Republicans, who now has pivoted over to this weird sort of using every conspiracy theory in the book. Now that she's created this massive following, she doesn't really have any allegiance to anybody. She doesn't know what the hell she's saying. She doesn't know what the hell she's doing. She's making all of it up as she goes along. But she's also making a tremendous amount of money in doing so. What she's doing with Tim Pool, and I'm not defending the Beanie Man by any stretch of the imagination, because the Beanie Man's got his own problems, but not different from her attacks on Erica Kirk, but not different from her attacks on Steven Crowder. But her attacks on Crowder were when she was under a Daily Wire contract. They hired a pit bull. They hired an attack dog to go at people and then got rid of her when she stopped being useful. What I mean is now she's considered anti-Israel, but on a Daily Wire, when she was being paid by Israel, who cuts the Daily Wire checks, she was very pro-Israel. The woman has no actual integrity or political position.
Yeah.
She's a mercenary.
She's an actual grifter. Another word. Yeah, grifter. That's what I was going to say.
She's a sellsword.
She's an actual grifter, not like
the reason
what they're calling us.
The reason I don't like that statement is that it completely undersells. Ironic is that undersells what she is doing. Right. That's why I prefer the term mercenary or the term sellsword, because, folks, Candace's operation, whether you like it or not, is far more sustainable and far more profitable than what the Daily Wire are doing at the moment, which would be a great segue to our third topic. But if Galaxy, Kai, Helza, if you have anything to add before we move on, that's perfectly fine.
I would leave the two Galaxy and Kai, because you know me. The only thing that I understand about American politics is like when something funny happens. I don't usually follow those stuff.
Oh God.
Don't worry, even Americans don't understand American politics anymore because it's all bullshit.
Excellent. Which is why a foreigner can lecture you about it and actually know. There we go, folks. So our third topic, let's see if I can find it. I want to find the specific one, because
look, since Galaxy didn't say it, I'll say it. Batman would have punched her in the face for being insufferable.
How dare you?
Justice does not see color.
How dare you punch a black woman for being a criminal?
I have my hammers of justice here, so that's literally what Batman calls.
You have your knee of justice, and justice can't breathe, and injustice can't breathe.
Oh dear, folks. Well, we've learned a lot about our panelists here tonight. My, oh my. 1 hour, 5 minutes dead for our third topic, ladies and gentlemen.
That's a good
The
one.
Daily Wire is desperate as Ben Shapiro plays Fortnite. No, I'm not kidding. It's
Oh,
right
boy.
here.
Yep.
I didn't know there was a
Although-
5-ish skin in Fortnite.
Yeah.
Uh,
Although to be fair too, though, even though Ben Shapiro doesn't really play games at all, really, but the other ones do. The one they're actually in the video with them, they actually do play games. So it's just
Except for Walsh, who condemns everyone who plays video games.
no, he's played games. He's played games.
He
All right.
condemns
You
it
know,
if
but he's
form
but
of
he's not-
entertainment isn't
Yeah.
drinking whiskey or playing stickball.
Let's just
Well,
let's
you're-
just put it this way, guys. They weren't playing Rocket League or Fortnite when the Daily Wire was bringing in millions of dollars a year and was hiring double its workforce on a year-by-year basis, were they?
But they have
I
to
want
Grand Theft Auto and
to
stuff, though, too,
showcase
so,
the result of that clip, by the way. If you just remove the wait, because we have it. There it is. 7.04 million account on YouTube.
Oh, look, the
1.5K
dislikes got
likes
worse.
and
Is that how it's
1.6.
worse?
Yep, 1.6K dislikes on a 37,000 views.
I'm gonna go add
Dude,
another
man.
dislike. Give me a minute.
Guys, the Michael Knowles soy jack meme face. Right.
By the
there.
way,
now
it's
turn
very
that
weird.
cunt off. I don't want to hear
Yeah.
him.
What is Vile IQ?
So
I
what
don't
you're
need
telling me
IQ.
now is that
Just
there's
pop it up,
officially wait. What you're telling me now is now there is officially no difference between Ben Shapiro and DSP.
Nope.
There isn't. They actually
Wow.
look.
The camera's on the
Horrid.
whole time, guys.
They look
Sorry.
horribly
I
alike.
thought it would be funny, but
They look horribly alike, DSP and Ben Shapiro. And the reason I brought this up as a topic, folks, is that the downfall of the Daily Wire has been a long time coming. I think, for all of her faults, Candace Owens will be around longer and be more relevant for longer than Ben Shapiro and the Daily Wire, which is
They get
so
heart disease
ironic.
and diabetes faster, though.
Wow. Just look at those eyebrows if you want to. Because they are getting bigger. They are. And they turned him into a fucking Fortnite character. It's crazy. But it cannot be
wait,
denied that the
is that really a character in Fortnite?
No, they engineered it for the thumbnail galaxy.
No, I was like, what the hell? How can they-
I don't-
No,
the Jews don't have that much money to give to Epic, okay?
I
They don't
mean,
have that much money to give Ben. That's why he's crashing out. They don't need him
Yep.
anymore.
yep.
And his
He can serve
viewership
his purpose.
his viewership has dropped like a stone. The Daily Wire's viewership has dropped like a stone. They've been firing people left and right. Quite frankly, the company is living on borrowed time, and you can see the desperation because they're now covering topics that they aren't best suited for. Stay in your lane. Remember when we said about Angry Joe earlier on in today's show? Right? The best creators stay in their lane. They do what they're best at
Yep.
doing. And of course, there are always exceptions to the rule. I drag Galaxy, the game streamer, onto a talk show, panel show, for example, but he holds himself rather well and provides an interesting and unique perspective. Desperate people do this. Desperate people. The Quartering did this. Desperate people put their entire show as an advertisement. I'm not kidding.
mm,
Imagine if the
brutal-
YouTube machine says you can't skip it.
Oh,
The
that
fact
would
that
be
you would
awful.
put your entire show as an ad is
that's why I use Brave. I can skip ads completely.
Oh God. The
You
reason
listen to the propaganda, Goyim.
and the reason
I
I
don't care.
want to bring this up, the reason this is a topic is because of the fact that for as long as there's been a discourse like this in the past decade, the Daily Wire has almost always been a thing, right?
Yes.
It was born.
Yeah.
It was born from the downfall of Breitbart, in which Ben Shapiro decided to take his football or soccer ball and go home with it and build his own company because he couldn't get his own way at Breitbart. Okay.
Well, because Milo was bullying him every other day, which was beautiful. I miss those days.
This was courtesy of Pop Stonox, which what is it with these people and their fucking names?
All
Quote,
the other ones are taken.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm lucky they didn't take Digny. But the Daily Wire fires half of its staff in mass layoffs, and apparently this comes around the same time as co-founder Ben Shapiro, with the massive eyebrows, you see, has lost 85% of his YouTube audience since last year. You can check that, folks. You can go on to, what was the name of the site? Social Blade. You can type in Ben Shapiro, you find his main channel, and you can look at the stats over the past year, 2 years for yourself, right? It's clear and evident that Benny Boy, doesn't have the influence that he once did, because Jay's right. He has served his purpose, and it's true of all people who are pro-Israeli. Once you serve your purpose, you are literally thrown under the bus, or in my case, being Soldier Boy, stuck in a fridge.
You know, the thing is, and that's we talked about this for other YouTubers, and we mentioned this when we were discussing the quartering.
He's gotten so desperate he has to sell Abby
What the
mouse
heck?
mats. He has
no.
to sell Abby mouse mats with her sweater.
Oh, no.
This Digny has
And
one of
this
these.
is gonna be the
iPod
last
authority.
show, folks, because
Truly,
we're showing things that we
true-
cannot show on
guys.
YouTube.
Guys,
No, that's
Thank you
not.
for
It's
being
not
here
naked.
on-
That's a peach colored
I was
sweater.
not talking about the mouse pad, by the way.
truly,
Oh.
ladies and
Thank you
gentlemen.
for being here in the last episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, truly, if Ben becomes desperate enough, he will collaborate with his, I don't know, sister, niece, I don't bloody know,
Oh boy.
Abigail.
OnlyFans time.
and they will do an OnlyFans together.
Daily fans.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, daily fans.
Family therapy.
right.
And you thought
don't
Hunter
act
Biden was
surprised.
bad.
Don't act surprised, folks.
Although-
His people invented pornography.
I mean, look, we've seen that every morality, every, like, if you want to call it a pillar of integrity, is collapsing in the way in the search for money. Quartering is the best example of that. Everything is on the table, and I mean everything, when you're trying to make money. If he can make money, if he gets a super chat for $1,000 to have another Walmart story episode and do it, he's gonna do it. I'm sure he's gonna do it. I can bet something that he's gonna do. And same is with people like Ben Shapiro, and like with everyone, even if it's not grifting, you have a time, especially on YouTube and when you're a content creator, when you're at your personal height. And it's even worse if your personal height is being actually someone very influential, and you get the hype for it. You get the absolute hype. You're an addict for it. You need more and more and more. Some people handle it better. Some people handle it worse. Some people phase out very graciously, like PewDiePie, for instance, who is ending his vlogs to protect his son's identity,
The good ending.
and integrity. Yeah, so he made all the right choices. He was a wholesome YouTuber. He invested where he had to have good passive income for the rest of his life, and he's graciously moving out and doing less and less, which is the way you should do. You had your peak, you spend your youthful energy, you spend your absolute what you had, your drive to making YouTube content, to becoming famous, and now you're phasing away and you're going gracefully. But like with Ben Shapiro playing Fortnite, why? This is not a sign of easing graciously, especially
It's
when
not.
when your views and audience is down 85%. This is the time to say, okay, we are scaling down a lot. Yeah, he already fired a bunch of people. We're scaling down. We're gonna do less and less, and we're just gonna phase out. And maybe we're just gonna keep something there for some income. We're gonna move back. But no, these people want to be on the top forever, and that's
You either have the
that's
good
worst thing.
ending or you have the bad ending.
Oh no!
oh boy.
One of my most first successful videos was about the downfall of Jack Murphy, and that was before I even started making proper thumbnails. I drew Jack Murphy on a whiteboard, right?
It's still better than the thumbnail we saw at the beginning of this show
Oh no!
with Angry Joe.
It's just in my case, right? Because I've gone through this. You peak, and then you begin to go down, right? My downfall, though, wasn't organic. I got wiped out. Jace compared content creation to climbing a building without any, supports. And I was chucked off the tower block, folks. The fact that I'm still here is
Did
a
you tell
goddamn
Homelander
miracle,
you were Jewish?
right?
Did you tell Homelander you were Jewish?
He checked the spear.
Yeah. I mean, quite literally, if it hadn't been for the V1 in my veins, I would have died. Okay, folks? But I understand what it's like throughout the course of one's creative journey to start, grow, rise, have a taste of the top for a while. It was about a few years. And then inorganically, synthetically, just wiped out, eviscerated, blown up, pushed off of the building, to use what Jace said privately as an allegory to what we do. And
Well,
you know
what?
go
sorry.
on.
I was going to say, I mean, there is an opportunity, like you said, you're rising again, despite everyone's, a certain institution's best efforts to keep you down. But, in seeing the downfall of all these people that we've been talking about thus far, there is an opportunity for people in our space to rise up and replace those people who are completely crashing out.
Exactly. I mean, in my case, because the downfall was completely undeserved, a rebuilding is possible. Now, it hasn't been easy. Of course, it hasn't been easy. But good things never come easy, right? And what I found being in a new ecosystem, which is a lot of ironic things, folks. This being in a new ecosystem, especially with Rumble, has taught me that weaknesses on Rumble's end should be strengths. For example, collaborations. Rumble creators in a sane society, Rumble creators should be more willing to stand together, hang together, work together than their YouTube counterparts. That's simply not the case. Not the case. Not just from my experience, from other experiences. The concept of creators hanging together is completely alien on platforms like Rumble and platforms like Kick. Unless you're murdering each other in Kick's case, then they'll happily collaborate with you, jump over buildings, jump over cars. Kick's a crazy place. But looking at this more and more, it only proves to me that what I did worked, and the only way to undo it all was to be completely destroyed, right? The biggest problem with Rumble is that the biggest problem with Rumble is that it's filled with twats like this guy. Okay,
We finally got John on the show,
right? This Alki John is a fantastic example of a talented Rumble creator who is completely unwilling to work with his peers because he had one bad experience with some cunt, okay? Right? And, Jace can tell you, right? It's absolutely true. He had one very bad experience, and now he's a house cat. I know I can say all these things and complain that he has a Jewish wife and he fucked his way into the tribe because he doesn't watch anyone.
Well, he's only had one positive appearance where he worked with Thoughtcast and he had a good appearance there. But the thing is, with his schedule, it's impossible to get him anywhere. He's just like, no, I don't want to be on anyone else's show. Thoughtcast was good, but I gotta teach my son how to be a serial thing.
Jew.
Yeah. His son told him he was going to send him to Jesus. I'm pretty sure he's just teaching his son, like in Dexter, how to, only eliminate the correct people.
Yep.
Well, yeah, it's like Homelander and Ryan. That's the dynamic there, folks. And it's not only is it crazy, but it's also creepy as well. I will state right here, right now, that if you had given me a year where I wasn't deplatformed, I'd probably be in the process of naturally fading away right now. But by wiping me out and creating this cartoon variant, you've given an avenue of renewal that would not have existed right? Instead of people being like, this guy's crazy, we can't work with him, they now feel sorry for me because I was taken before my time. You just had to be patient enough, right? Because content creation is a very long game. Very long game. But in the Daily Wire's case, well, they got to pay their gas bill because time's running out. Get it? Because it's a Jewish company. So there you go, folks. But speaking of people who should fade away and turn to dust, let's talk about Hassan getting subpoenaed. Okay, folks? 1 hour. I wouldn't celebrate just yet. I wouldn't celebrate just yet.
I will.
Because let's face it, guys. Let's face facts. It's Randy Fine that wants Hassan Piker gone. It's Triple P in a fucking suit. That's Randy Fine, folks. But thankfully, Hassan, he went to Cuba. Remember when he went to Cuba?
I mean,
Remember
this is
when we
what he
covered that?
posted. I don't know
Right.
who Randy Fine is, by the way, but he posted this on X, and I'm like, okay.
He's Jewish Triple P with a triangle that destroys Tehran. Courtesy of Congressman I'll Eat Palestinian Children, quote, I hope appeasing Muslim terrorists and communist dictators was worth it, Hassan. The days of allowing your outrageous behavior to go unchecked are officially over. However, if you praise Israel just one time, all the charges will be dropped and we will promote you on Twitch.
This was
Okay, so
actually
that was Randy Fine there. Oh, courtesy of Eric, because his last name is too difficult to pronounce. Quote, holy crap. That's what Homelander ate. The Trump administration has just subpoenaed Marxist influencer Hassan Piker and Code Pink co-founder Susan Benjamin after they went to Cuba.
Is that a pussy power?
Yeah, probably. To assist the communist regime. That's according to Fox. They're being investigated for possibly violating U.S. sanctions by delivering goods to Cuba or through financing and coordinating it, right? Fuck around and find out. But if they praise Israel just one time, all the charges will be dropped. Now, Piker
Which is
Code
probably
Pink,
what he's gonna do.
yeah, he is, and Code Pink are caught into a Treasury Department office of Foreign Assets Control Inquiry. How fucking ironic is that, considering what I just said earlier? And were specifically sent administrative subpoenas. Piker and the leftists who went to Cuba were notorious for staying in luxury hotels with security that killed children by bombing hospitals. Oh, wait, no, that wasn't Cuba. And electricity while surrounding residents suffered. Expose it all.
So this is Cuba, and there is no electricity anywhere because there's no oil, there's no energy.
This is what happened to me earlier.
Except that hotel, because it's a 5-star hotel. That's it. Everybody else is in the dark.
1950s, but taxi and carpool drivers like this guy.
Like, I'm so happy about this because he's getting karma for everything that he said, and we have another one here. This is from End Wokeness, who it actually has some speaking. I still haven't. I still haven't watched this.
It's not great. Okay, I mean it's bullshit, but still not great. That they're
for someone like him to admit something is not great.
Mm-hmm.
Like he could have said it's bullshit and just try to wave it off, to keep up appearance. But admitting it's not great, that means that it's really not great.
Well,
even he can't lie about it.
Courtesy of, or speaking of rather, keeping up appearances, never seen Hassan Piker wear a suit before. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Hassan, the next time you go to Cuba, can you send a certain abortionist so that this can happen to her? Please.
They're after your boy. They're up my ass.
I thought you like
You wish. I think you wish that this was happening, but
I'm sure that's not the
exactly.
first time something's been up Hassan's ass.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, you're completely misunderstanding this. This is a dash attack face reveal.
Oh, don't do that. Don't
What?
do that.
Come on.
Dash.
And I'll obviously get into it right now. I'll tell you all about it, but let me blast off real quick.
Let you what? Sorry, don't be blasting off on the stream, man.
See, look, I just told you, but you guys didn't believe me.
I know it's shocking, but don't do that.
No, that's his job to do to Kaya.
Yeah. Who is probably the one who ratted him out?
Oh, there already is a meme of that.
Yes, I know. I've prepared it.
Which meme did you prepare though? That's the thing.
We'll see.
Okay.
We will free you, brother. Yeah, free me. Free me.
Oh, no, free me. Yeah, free me.
Free me.
Why?
Free me.
Why? You absolute piece of garbage. Why should someone free you? Wouldn't you go down for your beliefs and become a martyr? Wouldn't you fight the system? Wouldn't you go down fighting this corrupt capitalist system? You absolute piece of garbage. Like, I hate people like him. I so hate people like him.
Well, see, this is what I was going to be saying about earlier about like what Digny was saying, is that all he has to do is praise.
Go on, you can say it.
Yeah,
you can say it. Go on.
I already forgot the name.
It's the last show, anyways.
Pretty much just like that would indicate that he has to have a single thought in his head to actually try to get out of it. No, every single thought that goes in his head that comes out of his mouth is the stuff that the chat is typing away at. He'll only repeat everything that is going on in the chat to make it seem like he agrees with them. But he literally doesn't stand for anything. He's just catering to the people that come in and to try to support him just because he literally is nothing but a talking mouthpiece.
I'll tell you this though, Kai. One of the key elements required for a creator to be popular is to cater to a certain demographic or to a certain group, because that can be the basis.
Yeah, but he never has any intellectual thoughts behind it. He's only literally just repeating the same talking points over and over again. He doesn't try to implement any kind of like actual personal,
doesn't believe it.
because he doesn't believe in anything.
Yeah, much like Candace Owens, he is a mercenary. He is a failed manosphere streamer who, when that didn't work out, that didn't pan out, he was a little bit too much of a 6-letter word that begins with F to be a convincing manosphere streamer. He pivoted towards communism.
He's so massive. He's such a massive. How can a guy with that stature really fail in that line? I'll tell you why.
You need to have at least a little bit of
closeted
integrity.
Homosexual.
Because
Hassan
his hands
Piker is a closeted homo.
His hands are
I don't
so
know.
soft.
He did turn out the Lisa Mercante. So
Listen.
Homosexual.
His hands are so soft that Hunter Biden would put his meat between those buns. All right.
Yes.
And we do have some. I did find some great memes for you, Helzo.
Yeah,
there are some great.
I want to see what his.
Free me.
No, do not.
I can't believe I'm saying that, but.
Oh, he's doing the cornering. He's doing the cornering silent stream.
Yep.
But I'm about to be
someone's
seemingly
bitch
made an example of. Is not great. Okay.
Quite frankly, as someone who is also made an example of, I think you'll be given a light touch.
That's the one, Galaxy. That was my
that
favorite.
is so good.
Well, here's the one I found here.
I like the Brian
Let's
Griffin
go.
one down there.
Wait, where
Oh,
am
boy.
I? Oh, there it is. Yep. Oh wait,
Oh,
wait.
boy.
All right, I'm showing forbidden stuff on stream all night. Yeah, you're trying to get me canceled.
There you go.
LSPD, I'll eat your ass.
Yep.
I mean, he's going to in prison. This is. I've got an example, by the way. The white
Oh my
supremacists
God.
are gonna have a field day with Hassan Piker.
You're about to get Heidenreicht.
Oh my fucking god!
Directed by Vince Russo.
Oh, Russo was long gone. That was McMahon.
I know.
That was
but-
all Vinnie Mac.
Yeah, but could you imagine if Vince Russo did it? He'd actually get fucked. Because it's Vince Russo. He fucks everything he's a part of. Look, let's face facts. They are going to make an example out of Hassan Piker. He's being subpoenaed, which means he's going to have to speak. We're going to get one of those congressional meetings, with a camera on him for hours on end. And look, it is not beyond the realm of possibility because Donald Trump has on more than one occasion crossed red lines of politics. It is not beyond the realm of possibility that he personally throws Hassan into a prison cell to become popular again.
Oh yeah, especially when
just-
it comes to Cuba. Especially when it comes to Cuba, on which Trump has his eye on right
You
now.
just gave me a great idea.
Okay.
Because now,
like doing that.
from what I've read on
Time
the
for AI
overseas
video.
news,
But no, in all seriousness with Hassan, though, I'll say this: it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Because how many people has he called for the same thing to happen to when the left was in power in this country? When Joe Biden had power in this country? What did he say about J6ers? What did he say about content creators that he didn't agree with?
Well, he's been saying it now too, even with Biden
Yeah.
in power. So he still doesn't.
well, he did turn out Alyssa Mercanti, so I'll give him that.
Well, let's face facts. That only reinforces the argument that he's into guys. Because the great thing about an abortionist is that the hole is far easier to get into, and no eggs. You don't have any eggs, so you can do it. You get an STD, but you could do it.
Hassan's
But-
future.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. Why not? Why not? Politics is a circle. Let's give these people the same kind of treatment they would give all of us, right?
Yeah, but
The fact that I was only exiled was actually a slap on the wrist. They could have done way worse to me than simply exiling me.
There is a flip side to that, though, Digny, and there is a dangerous, sort of threshold, and that's that you have people like Laura Loomer, who is now the right. She is the right, and she's calling for the deplatforming of Sneeko, the destruction of Kick as a platform, Tucker Carlson to be jailed, or anybody who disagrees with her to be jailed. She wants Massey in handcuffs at this point. And so the problem is that, again, it just shows you whoever wields the ring will wield it against all of us who are in the middle. So we get sort of fucked either way. Because what happens is if you run afoul of them, they will also attempt to bury you the same way the left will attempt to bury you.
Imagine being buried by the by Jigsaw's cock ring of power, right? Because you bet your ass, and you probably need to, that Laura Loomer is a man. Okay? And she's done Benny Johnson on more than one occasion. You
Well, that
guys hear
explains
about
why
that?
people say he's gay.
Yeah.
the thing is, he's going to be made an example of because of the things that he did and because Cuba is in the sights now. So anyone who opposes what's going to probably happen to Cuba is going to follow Hassan's fate. And I think that they're going to absolutely destroy him. I'm not saying that I'm against that because he has done, said, and attempted to do and called for horrible things to happen to a lot of people. So he should get punished.
Oh,
How
Hassan deserves
should
his
determine
fate.
whether or not this is justified. Because I don't
Hassan
think he should be
deserves-
thrown in jail
Hmm?
for 34 years. But
I think he will.
He will. Probably will. But depending on how long, depending on what's going to happen, and how this is going to get handled is going to see what the real cause behind this is. Because he did go to Cuba, he did went to a 5-star hotel, he did celebrate and party like an animal when basically the nation was starving, and he did do a lot of horrible things, including to his dog. So he does need to be punished. Depending on how and under what pretext he's going to be punished, he's going to determine exactly what, by his word, he's going to be used as an example as for.
It's mainly because America's relationship with Cuba.
What do you say about Laura Loomer? Now we're all going to do 30 years in jail when she finds out.
Oh dear. Well, if I'm
She
going,
can try
I'm
to
taking
get
Dash Attack with me. And Damien, make it fun. But
voice.
But America, the reason for the US's particular opposition to Cuba is that the Cuban communists achieved what, quite frankly, no other communist nation or group rather did. They took one of the most friendly pro-US administrations out there, solid as a rock, and turned it into a communist dictatorship. And we also have to consider that back in the 40s and 50s, Cuba was America's Playboy Mansion, right? Back then, we didn't need Epstein Island. We had Cuba Island, okay? You have sex, drugs, rock and roll, the lot, gambling. Don't go to America, you go to Cuba because it's right next door. Now, I think they'll specifically make an example out of Hassan to show that this is what happens for supporting this enemy nation, right? I don't think things are going to kick off, mainly because America as a nation doesn't like fighting wars up close. Doesn't, right? Look at all the foreign engagements it's had historically and even recently, right? There's a great big massive ocean separating America from Venezuela. If it had gone south, well, it's easy to get out if it had gone south. Thankfully, it didn't. But Cuba's right on your goddamn doorstep. It probably won't go south because, guys, if they can't even keep their lights on during peacetime, imagine what wartime would be like. But if shit did go south, it would be right on America's doorstep. And if Floridians' homes start getting blown up by Cuban drones and American civilians end up dying, I don't think Americans have the stomach for that.
No, it's because we don't have permission.
Oh yes.
We have to ask BB for permission, or we don't get to have a war.
Do the sound, Jace.
Oh boy, you want me to do the sound? Oh boy.
That's right, Mr. Massey. You cannot stop the Jews. We are too powerful. Join us.
Dang it, Kit, go away. It sounds like Kit, I'm telling you.
Jace has a point because America's relationship with Cuba is very bad, but Cuba's relationship with Israel is not as bad as people think. They actually get along.
Let's put it this way. Trump was talking about peace with Iran. Some guy who thought he was Jesus took shots outside the White House. And afterwards, BB put a very coded message on the internet that says, Donald Trump is the best friend to Israel. I hope he will reconsider his position on Iran. Right after almost getting killed.
Yep.
I mean, not getting killed, but there was somebody shooting outside the White House.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's a lot of things.
If you can be that much on the nose, you're very, very calm as to any
on the nose. I see what you did there.
Well, guys, let's face facts. Israel and Cuba have a lot in common. They've both blown up American ships, for example. Okay, so they're not uniquely hostile to one another in the same way that the U.S. and Cuba are, which you could create the mindset of, well, America's not going to go into Cuba because it's got more important things to do. Cuba has always been there as like a thorn in our side. They're not lobbing anything at us, so we won't lob anything at them. But we also have to consider the fact that Cuba's close proximity to the United States is probably its greatest asset in stopping an American invasion.
You ever think Jared Kushner has told Ivanka that if your dad doesn't do what he's told, I'll send you to see Jesus?
Maybe.
Damn.
Maybe. with friends like that, who needs enemies? Let's face facts,
Exactly.
guys. Let's face facts. If Hassan gets made an example of, and then America goes rough riding down to Cuba again, let's make it clear. If you think there's going to be no kind of retaliation, it's not the early 20th century anymore, right? Even though the Cubans can't even keep the lights on, I'm sure they've got things that are capable of targeting civilian infrastructure in Florida as Jace's dog has
He's
sexual
showing Hassan.
relations.
He's showing Hassan what Hassan's going to be doing in a prison.
Yes. Yes. Wouldn't it be so ironic if they actually took him to Guantanamo, which is right next to Cuba?
Wouldn't it be funny if they made him pray at the Western Wall?
Oh, dear. Or send him to India where the Western Wall will fall on you.
No. Look, he's a socialist communist, right? Send him to a gulag. Let's see how he likes it there. Just send him to an actual Siberian gulag. Like, it's gonna be great for him. Send him to Yakutsk, the coldest place on earth. You know, that's gonna be great. Or I have a better idea. Let him strip him down from all of his financial benefits and stuff like that. Make him rent out a 1-bedroom apartment in a shady neighborhood. Make him work 2-3 jobs. Make him try to survive.
Give him my life.
Yes, and you're gonna absolutely destroy him. I'm sorry, but you working 3 jobs is basically a showcase on how bad things are compared to the 90s, you know. And let him do like that. And while people like Jace, who have been doing that for a while and they know how to operate in the real world, this is gonna be hell for him, because he's gonna see exactly what he promotes, and he's gonna have to live in the real world. And I think that he's gonna reconsider. I am very, very keen on people trying to experiencing the things they preach. You know,
He'd be like Homelander without his powers.
Look, I can definitely showcase him a place or two that he can definitely experience his socialist dream world. But I can tell you that he probably will quit Minecraft in a week.
He will essentially be Homelander without his powers. And let's face it, guys, look, tens of millions of Soviets lost their lives in peacetime and wartime under a communist regime. They only turned against it when that military apparatus stopped working properly after the Afghan withdrawal, right? People don't change their ways unless they're strong enough to be the change they want to see. If America's military might stays exactly the same, and any cohort of the United States' society actually rose up in the similar way that the Eastern Bloc did, no, walls wouldn't be coming down. Civilians would be massacred and cities would be wiped out with missiles, up to and including nuclear weapons, because this is America we're talking about, right? I'm being serious. This is a regime that repaid 3,000 dead Americans during 9/11 with 3 million deaths in the Middle East over a 9-year period. If you stand up against this system and don't have the means to defend yourself, you're dead. Your friends are dead. Your family is dead. And everyone you've ever known is fucking dead. And that's why the United States is feared by its friends and its enemies, because no system that powerful can be good. And that's why we praise Homelander as our Lord and Savior, because only Homelander can stop such a brutal force, folks. Only Homelander. Raise him up, raise him high.
Or aliens, you know.
Well, you're under the impression that Homelander isn't an alien.
Nah, he's just a lab baby.
Oh, well, speaking of lab babies, folks, we're going to need more of them. Inject them with some blue stuff and then make America great again through sheer force of superpowered drugs. Future plans, ladies and gentlemen. Triton is going to enjoy his birthday week, so he's getting shit-faced right now.
You just talked about the test tube babies, and I have this to show you guys before we move to future plans.
Sure.
Oh, no.
It's just jerky, guys.
No,
we
no.
have to. No, we have to consider
breakfast.
This is Northern Cyprus, which is Turkish Cyprus.
Yep.
Which means whoever was transporting this, they didn't come from fucking Turkey, because it's from Israel. Which means they went from Israel to Southern Cyprus. Most of it's Greek, but there are 2 military enclaves in Southern Cyprus that are British. So it most likely came from Britain, because the Southern Cypriots are fucking dirtbag poor, like the Greeks are.
They're going to do this to those embryos.
You know, I just realized when you mentioned the UK, is that's the representative we need. We need a gender-swapped Homelander, but it's Amelia in the British flag outfit.
Yes.
Someone needs to create that.
There we go.
And now someone will.
And it's sickening. It's sickening that we have to endure this monstrous behavior. But the reason we do is that the authorities, regardless of where they are in the world, have the power to destroy a city with a single missile.
I have one more for you. This is from our good friend of the show, Roadkill, sent this to me.
Oh, damn.
I ran out of alcohol and the struggle is real. Where did he find Sean's spare shirt for happy hour?
I want that t-shirt. I'm
It's
gonna
so
make that t-shirt.
It's so ironic. One country will stone you for alcoholism, and the other one will take your stone body and turn it into alcohol. So, you know, that's one market you guys should get into. I mean, quite frankly, we are entering a period of unique instability, because in the past, say our fathers and grandfathers' generation, they, as a people, as an institution, had a lot more power to be the change they want to see. Mainly because they were led by better people. The institutions were also newer, fresher, and more vibrant, which means they're more aligned with the people. And, well, there was more trust in the past than there is I can only speak for the Western world. I can't speak for Helzo's part of the world.
I wouldn't say trust, but our fathers and grandfathers used to live in the post-nuclear, like the post-Hiroshima Nagasaki times, and nuclear energy was something very new. It was very dangerous, and it was not exactly trust, but anybody wanted to be trustworthy and trustee of anyone else to not use and absolutely go nuts. So they were very careful. Oh, is that McDonald's in the 80s?
This is the 70s. Back when the dollar still had the 70% of the purchasing power it's lost since then. Think about how much you pay for food. And I'm not just talking about like fast food. If this is what the slop costs, you realize that normal groceries were even cheaper than this, right? This is what you've lost. This is what they took from you.
Yep.
You want to know what a Big Mac costs here right now?
What's that?
I have no
I can
idea.
tell you. I can tell you. Let me just check. All right, so we have. Oh my fucking god! This look horrible, by the way.
Look. Let's face it, folks. 70 years ago, we wouldn't be worried about
€6.
Oh damn! That's a lot.
This is like $7, $7.50 for just the burger.
They've turned it into fine dining, and it's not so fine. I mean, I guess it's fine for Randy Fine. He eats a lot of this shit.
Randy Fine dining, ladies.
Cheeseburger is the cheeseburger is $3.20.
Oh,
for a fucking cheeseburger at McDonald's.
But it's
which
also
is not even good.
It's also gotten to a point, though, where look, half of the United States politically thinks that this president would blow up California if he could get reelected. Democrats honestly believe that if Trump wanted a third term in office, he would press that big red button and wipe Los Angeles and San Francisco off the map. Of course, it's not true, although you never know in this day and age. But
Well,
there are
they're-
some Democrats, some left-wing people who think that, and there are some right-wing people who honestly believe that someone like Gavin Newsom and Camel Toe Harris would happily just wipe away all the rural areas with atomic weapons to stay in power indefinitely.
And that's what
But
I was
what if-
going to say is that's what they always do. They're always projecting like what they want to do onto their opponents.
Well, it's very interesting, though, Kai, is that with Republican supporters, right, they're in towns and villages and the countryside. It's a lot more difficult to wipe away a population that is rural than urban. You can wipe out an urban population very easily. A big enough nuclear weapon can just decimate an entire city. Even the small ones like Hiroshima and Nagasaki proved that, right?
Yeah.
So I'm talking about the technicality, right? It's entirely possible. It's mad. Don't get me wrong. Using nuclear weapons on your own citizenry is fucking insane. But it is technically possible. And where are all the nuclear silos? They're in rural red states, almost to a state. So it makes sense. It's crazy, but you could feed into the paranoia of like a Hassan Piker and get it into his head that, oh, Trump's subpoenaing me because he wants to nuke California. He wants to nuke Spergberger because she's the next Hillary Clinton. He wants to nuke Atlanta because he's a racist, despite the fact Jace lives there. Okay.
You know, the thing is that these kinds of fears are always politicized. Like you can't even have, like what Jay said, you can't go and have a conversation, you can't go and have a debate about it. You can't be against any of the things that, let's say, one of the sides is for. Even one. You can't diverge from the herd mentality anymore. Because I can tell you, I don't want wars in Iran. I don't want Russia to win over Ukraine. I want Russia to be absolutely beaten to a pulp. I want one of these things.
The oil's been going down today, guys.
Yeah, how? How much? How?
It went down like 5. It went down 5%. So immediately, look what happened 24 minutes ago.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
Of course. Of course.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Yeah, that's it. That like they're.
Speaking of the future,
I thought about it.
future plans.
No, wait, just a second. I thought about it. I talked about it, and we talked about it. You don't get to decide whether or not your country goes to a war, but you have to trust that the one you elect won't do it, and when they do it, what's happening? Did you vote for that?
If you don't die for Israel, you'll die because of Israel.
Isn't that the problem, though, Helzo? And look, within my lifetime, look, millions of people in the UK went on the streets, tore down institutions to try and stop the war in Iraq, and it failed. Okay, millions of people. A good chunk of the country went out and caused chaos to try and stop that. Didn't work, right? I think the biggest problem, which was one of the first red lines crossed, is that the people as an institution cannot hold as a check and balance the government as an institution through force of action. That was the first red line crossed, because then you don't have a level playing field between the people as an institution, government as an institution, and corporations as an institution. If we have to work with multi-billion-dollar corporations to check government power, that's not a level playing field. If we have to work with the government to check corporate power, that's not a level playing field. And the rarest phenomenon of all that hasn't happened in a very fucking long time is if government and corporations as institutions have to join together against the people to hold us in check. Now that hasn't happened in a very long time, as I said before. But we need, as I said right at the start of the show, we need a level playing field. We need these institutions to be of equal power so that they can keep one another in check. That is the foundation for a peaceful society. That is the foundation for a prosperous economy. if one institution abuses the other two, or two institutions abuse the one, that's not an equal system. An equal foundation makes the greatest buildings. It's as simple as that. Now, speaking of the future, folks, we're going to go into future plans. Thank you all very much for watching. You know, stick around, folks, because you're going to want to know the future. I'm going to start off with Kai, who's looking at me like, you're crazy, Digny. We got to get rid of you. You're nuts. Talking about, equal power. Are you a communist? But no. Kai, what are your future plans?
Future plans, after getting, I just need to wrap up on getting everything finished up. And then next week, I will officially get back into streaming over on my channels. Like I said, Kai Schwarzer over on YouTube, Kick, Rumble, Twitch, all that stuff. And I'll take Hellzone's suggestion and I'll do Mouse PI first.
All
Nice.
righty then.
That's a good one. That's a good one to start, by the way.
Well, good luck with that. I'm currently playing Car X Street because I can't afford Forza Horizon 6. It's really scratching that Need for Speed itch I had, so that's good. And it's cheap too. So, although the voice acting is all AI, I found that weird. It's the first mainstream game I've ever played where the voice acting is entirely AI based. Car X Street. Just to let you guys know, it's on sale on Steam now. This is not a paid promotion. I am Soldier Boy Dick. Jace, future plans.
Well, later in the week, I'll be playing Suikoden 5 some more. I realized how much of an untapped potential gem that is, mainly because back then it was okay to have characters that looked like this in Western, well, not Western, in JRPGs. You didn't have the Western market ruining everything. Also, if you will, let's give the fans some fan service, shall we? Yeah! So that's how the average character in Suikoden 5 looks.
Ass and titties.
Exactly. So I'll be playing that throughout the week. I won't be streaming tonight. My girlfriend should be here any minute now. I've directed people to watch Galaxy Red's stream later tonight. It's birthday stream. He'll be playing Lego Batman. He's about to tell you about that, but I've already shared that out, so I hope people will support Galaxy Red. I'll be around, probably lurking in the chat as Digny's mentor and John do happy hour tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern, and hopefully I'll still have electricity after Tuesday night because I'm absolutely screwed. No one's going to blow it up. I'm just poor. So there's that. By the way, we are only about 41 followers away from 2,800 on Rumble. So if you haven't followed on Rumble, go to rumble.com, cancel this podcast, drop us that follow. We would appreciate it. And I thank you for that.
Thank you, Jace. It's very kind for you to be here. Hopefully your woman pleasures you a lot tonight. Fingers crossed anyway. Look,
it's hot.
guys.
It's going to get hotter.
Oh, very warm.
Moist here.
Look, folks, the Devil's going down to Georgia, and Jace is going to capitalize on it. Speaking of the Devil.
Yeah, I'm about to go now because she's here.
That's all right. Go right now. I order you to woman. Go and get pleasured. But
he's going and a coming.
Guys, the Catholic Church is working with Satan as they do a deal with Anthropic. Sorry, guys, we don't have enough time to talk about it now, but I'm sure we'll talk about it next week.
I just found out as well.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. All right, go and check out Galaxy Red. What are your future plans?
Links are in the chat.
Yeah, future plans tonight. Birthday stream, as I already said before. But anyway, we're going to be playing Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, 6:30 Eastern, and might be playing for at least until 11 or so. So that would be a pretty long stream. But that's how I normally do before. But recently I've been kind of tired and go that long. But we'll try to do like that much, and I hope you guys come in to watch and chat and stuff, and wish me happy birthday, even though my birthday was yesterday. But anyway, I'm that's it. And also tomorrow I'll be playing more of this, more of the Legacy of the Dark Knight tomorrow night. So Of course,
Excellent.
it won't be a birthday stream then, of course, but just for the night.
Here's another
birthday stream.
Here's another interesting story, folks. Apparently, Ferrari has unveiled its first ever all-electric car called the Ferrari Luce, with a price of around $640,000.
Huh. Interesting.
Imagine if a Ferrari mated with a Tesla. That's exactly what it looks like. My future plans, folks, more videos, more shows, more videos from said shows. The network is doing well. It's just over a year old. Everything is going according to plan. I'm very grateful for everyone's support. And quite frankly, we are a solid foundation to grow and to rebuild from what was lost. And look, guys, we've got a head start. Okay? Everyone else is going to get annihilated eventually. I know it's going to happen, right? I can't wait to see it happen, especially to the black people. Okay? Unless they really do sell out and just say, oh, my ass is out for Hollywood. My ass is out for, I don't know, Sony or Nintendo or Microsoft. I don't know, right? But there are going to be two choices before long. Get wiped out or sell your ass to stay in the mainstream. Not literally, but you get my drift.
Sometimes literally.
Sometimes literally, especially if you dress up like P. Diddy. But thank you all very much for watching today's 37th episode of Discuss Things, Tangent Kings.
And it might be the last one, too.
And before you go ahead and try to do that, let me just give a word or two as well. Go and follow all these creators, guys, in the chat. Links are in the chat. As for my future plans, I don't know if I'll be putting out any content this week, because tomorrow I'm going to an Iron Maiden concert in Sofia. And I don't know if I'm going to retain my voice until the end of the week, because I plan to scream like a motherfucker. This is the first time I'm going to see them live. And they're a band that has been on the road for 50 fucking years. They're going to go all out tomorrow. And one of the is going to be a blast with 50,000 people on the stadium. As for other stuff, I don't know what to tell you. Oh, Dash text here. Hey, Dash. What's up, Dash?
Hey, Dash.
I like Dash. I like Dash. I like him so much. I like teasing him.
And DoorDash.
That's why I like Friday's show. I get to tease all the men. Let me just find my new variant here.
Don't tease them too much. They might like it.
Yeah, don't tease him and please him, please.
That's the one you gotta. That's one you gotta wear all June, I guess.
Yeah. Yep. Certainly putting the Jew in June, but Helzo, don't hurt your voice like that. All right?
Oh no,
please?
when I go to a concert, I go out, and that's gonna take a very good hold. But I'm also in the process of applying for jobs and trying to get ahead of the curve that they're trying to do at my work. So we'll see how that goes.
I also found out the reason for why Anthropic is joining with the Catholic Church. Apparently, Anthropic's co-founder says there is a real possibility that AI will displace human labor at a very large scale. No shit, Sherlock. And that supporting those people will be, quote, a moral imperative of historic proportions. And he's saying, that's the justification with working with the Catholic Church, so that it can, quote, serve the people.
Good for them. So I will also be streaming on Saturday and Sunday. I'll try to get my voice back together as well for them. So we'll be playing a little bit more Crimson Desert before the Gothic release. So that's pretty much. Hopefully I still have a job by the end of the week. But anyways, thank you for watching episode 37. Probably the last one episode, because we showcased some interesting stuff today. If it's not the last episode, you're gonna see us all next week and the week after and the week after, until we get what you're seeing on the screen right now. We're either gonna get black-faced, we're gonna get whitewashed, or we're gonna get just demonetized completely, depending on how YouTube is feeling. But if not, go to the Galaxy's birthday stream tonight and also follow these creators. And thank you for being here. And cheers and stay fresh. Smile and wave, boys.
Black Lives Matter.
Bye, guys.